Hi, my name is Hannah Watson and I will be doing my presentation on Shirley Jackson's The Lottery. Shirley Jackson is the author of the controversial piece of literature, The Lottery, one of the most well-known short stories of the 20th century. Jackson's story received negative reactions after it was released. It started off as an innocent story that took place in a familiar setting of most of the readers. The gruesome ending shocked the readers. The lottery, though exaggerated, proved a strong point by questioning morality in societies. The story begins on June 27th, where the villagers of a small town gather for the town lottery. The children run around and collect stones and put them in their pockets. Mr. Summers is the man who runs the lottery. He has a black box when he arrives in the square. The postmaster, Mr. Graves, is also there. The black box contains slips of paper in the box. The lottery's rules is that he'll read the names and the heads of the families will come up and draw a slip of paper. No one is allowed to look at the paper until everyone has drawn. Bill Hutchinson was discovered to have got it after everyone opens their paper. Mr. Graves then empties the black box and puts 5 papers in for the Hutchinsons. Each member then comes up and draws a paper. Tessie has the paper with the black dot on it. The villagers grab stones and then stone her to death. The setting of the story made the readers unexpected to the ending. No one would have guessed something bad would happen on that lovely summer day. There was a familiar setting of the small farming community and the children playing in the town square. Even the foreshadowing of the children playing with and picking up stones went unnoticed. Shirley Jackson painted a comfortable picture for the readers of a very normal setting that kept them blind to the ending. Jackson's story shows just how dangerous traditions can be. The people of this village follow their traditions blindly and don't really question whether it is right to do so. Even when the villagers aren't certain of the origin of the lottery, they continue to follow its tradition. Old Man Warner was so faithful to the lottery tradition and stated in the book that he fears the return of primitive times. None of the villagers question the morality of their actions because it is all that they know. Moral neutrality is the danger of just going along with something habitually, without examining its rationale and value. The villagers of the lottery are an extreme example of moral neutrality. The story seems morally wrong to its readers, but our morals are far different because we were brought up a different way. The villagers' swiftness in killing any family member or friend without hesitation is what set the readers at unease. The black box in this story symbolizes the tradition of the lottery and the villagers' loyalty to it. The random drawing of papers mean that everyone in the village, even children, have the same chance of becoming the victim. Tessie's death in this story represents how innocent people can be persecuted by societies for absurd reasons. The lottery shows what can happen when traditions aren't questioned by new generations, even if morally wrong. This story shocked the readers because of the gruesome ending. It strongly questions morality and whether or not it is subjective. Morality, whether it be subjective or not, is culturally influenced. We get our concept of right and wrong from how we were brought up, where we were brought up, with maybe a few variations based on our own personal experience. Matthew Carpenter. This argument contradicts some religions, which many believe gives us morality. However, even religious morals are based off of the culture of origin. Did the villagers just simply not have morals? Perhaps they did have morals, but they are just different from what most people consider. If morality is subjective, many question if there is a plumb line. Subjective morality would mean that morality is flexible and can change with each individual. If this were the case, then whose view of morality is the correct one? Many rely on religions to answer this question. Moral relativism is the view that moral judgments are true or false only relative to some particular standpoint, for instance that of a culture or historical period, and that no standpoint is uniquely privileged over all others. The lottery is a great example of moral relativism. What might be wrong to one group might be right to another. Morals can be very culturally influenced, which goes hand in hand with moral relativism. Moral absolutism is concerned with right and wrong conduct. The absolute is what determines whether the action of or conduct is right or wrong. Therefore, from the standpoint of moral absolute, some things are always right and some things are always wrong, no matter how one tries to rationalize them. The readers of the lottery and the majority of people can never believe that murder is ever right. No matter what circumstances, their moral standpoint will never be budged. So, how do we know that that's not how the villagers feel? Perhaps they just don't question the morality, and even if given help, couldn't see how morally wrong their actions are. On the other hand, they could just be like us, and their moral standpoint can never be budged, because that's all that they know. In conclusion, The Lottery is a fantastic story that questions morality in the readers. Whether morality is subjective, objective, relative, or absolute, we might never know for sure. Moral relativity is the most open-minded standpoint on morality and makes the morals of the story make more sense. Moral absolutism is a very plausible theory of morality, but it still doesn't explain the morals of the villagers. Did they have morals? Were their morals just different from ours? The lottery, though exaggerated, proved a strong point by questioning morality in societies.